So Highguard is dead. I know some of you are going to say that Highguard is not dead, that there are some developers left behind that are there to keep the game alive. The game is dead. That's what we're going to discuss today. We're also going to talk about why this is going to keep happening.
Concord like the grave, your legacy is safe as a game that no one played and a price that no one paid.
Alright, so the reason why Highguard is basically dead is because if the game has not been successful this far, with a core team of developers, it's not going to be more successful. From my understanding, they laid off almost everyone from the team. They would need to redo the whole game mode to make people, to entice people to come back and play Highguard. And I don't think a small team of developers is capable of achieving that. The problem, the company is not going to withstand that long. And in my opinion, I think what they're doing is keeping the game alive long enough for them to release the content that they have planned, which is most likely already done, and maybe recoup some costs. And then they will shut it down. So game is basically dead. It's just dying very slowly. Now, the reason why this is going to keep happening again and again is because the golden goose of live service multiplayer is that enticing, so rewarding for these companies that they are willing to sacrifice millions of dollars. Studios pretty much have disappeared with the failures. People's jobs, they don't care if people have to move from one end of the country to the other just to be at a job that maybe lasts a couple of years and that was it. And they'll keep on doing it because the promise of a successful live service is so great. To see like Overwatch. Overwatch's been around since like 2016, still going. I mean, regardless of whatever you think of the game's still going. The same thing with other live service like Fortnite. Fortnite is what keeps folks like me getting free assets from Epic. Now, one thing that I've seen in social media is why are we keep getting these games like Concord, like Highguard, and there's that Horizon game that's coming out. There's also that Quantic Dreams game called Spellcasters that's also coming out, and they all look the same. And the reason being is because, again, higher ups just look at trends. And when it comes to game development, there's something that I think the people at the top do not understand because they are not game developers, is that a game takes a long time. By the time that you release, usually the average time to make a AAA video game nowadays, I think it's 5 to 6 years. So in 5 to 6 years, things have changed a lot. This isn't like movies where if you have a trend, you can make a movie in 1 year or 2 years and you release it and you can exploit that trend. No, in 5 to 6 years, the trend's probably dead and nobody is doing that. So I think all these games were conceived in an age where this was the trend, this was valuable, and unfortunately they're releasing right now where the trend is basically dead. And I think Concord was such a massive failure that it's going to keep having an impact on all these games that are going to still come out. The other reason why something like Concord and something like Highguard happen is because there is an ingrained culture of toxic positivity in the video game industry. And not only is it toxic positivity an issue, but also the fact that you cannot speak up. See, game development jobs are very few and far between. There are 1,000 devs lined up for one job. That makes it so that if you're a brand new dev, or maybe you're a mid-level developer that doesn't have an established brand yet, meaning that you cannot just quit and go get a job somewhere else really quickly, you're probably going to stay quiet. When you see that the higher-ups are promoting an idea that is probably not going to do well, that you know is going to suck, you stay quiet because you don't want to lose your job. That's just how it is. So yeah, aside from the culture of, positive reinforcement that I don't understand, that for some reason, it seems that within the company, everybody wants to say like friendly and everybody has to be happy and everyone's happy with everyone's ideas. My background is in 3D art. I made 3D art for games in the past. And when I talk to other 3D artists, we don't mind sharing feedback. And we're usually pretty brutal. Like between artists, you would tell another artist if something sucked, people will tell you like, dude, your anatomy, it's awful. Dude, what's wrong with your color? You need to do this again from scratch. And we never have a problem. But when inside a company, it seems like that goes away. It's nobody gets people feedback saying like, yeah, I don't think this idea is going to work. The other thing that I think, and in my opinion, this is what really killed Highguard, is the fact that they didn't do any tests. They stay with the word that was inside the company, and they thought, hey, Apex Legend did this without, any outside testing. We can do the same thing, bearing the fact that they probably didn't have the same amount of money that EA had, or maybe even the same amount of developers that EA had. So maybe the feedback was too contained and everybody was really happy. I think if they came out and say, hey, we're making this game, we're a small team, tell us if you like it or not. People would have probably said like, we don't like this. They would have time to change. And then what we got in release wouldn't have not been Highguard. But for a reason that I still don't understand, they decided to go with, we are Apex Legends, and we're going to fully shadow drop this without consulting the gamers, the people that are going to be playing our product, which is going to release it out to the world, and everyone's going to love it because reasons. So let me know, what are your thoughts on this game? What do you think killed Highguard? Was it the marketing? Was it Geoff Keighley? Like a lot of people are saying this is Geoff's fault. I don't think so, but a lot of people saying that. Was it the gameplay? Was it the fact that they didn't say anything to anyone? What do you think of all these games that are coming out, like Horizon, like Spellcasters? Do you think they're going to succeed? Let me know in the comment sections down below. Thank you so much for listening to me all the way to this point. Subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you in the next one.
That's the sound he made when Concord passed away. I wish things turned out different, but either way I'm getting paid. Concord's day, and boy is my face red. When the game came out, everybody overslept.